Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Saturn and Scorpio in the natal chart. Now, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the Saturn placements in the natal chart. They were a little bit concise, and some people may have referred to them as snappy. So what I decided to do is make another series on them in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first up, well, Saturn in astrology is connected with the father, older people, and authority figures. So one or more of these people may actually be a Scorpio sun, moon, or ascendant, or embody the characteristics of the sign. It could be people that are very resourceful, resilient, incisive, probing, deep, empowering, intense, and willful. Um, it could also be where one or more of these people may be in the Scorpio profession, which can include locksmithing, working in taxes, insurance, working as a surgeon, a coroner, funeral director, embalming, um, work in recycling, as some examples. Now, Saturn is also connected with sorrow and sadness, despondency. So Saturn and Scorpio, there may be more sorrows connected with death or intimate relationships, shared resources situations than most people. Saturn is also associated with restrictions and limitations. So this placement can indicate some kind of restrictions or limitations in matters of support, shared resources. And so going back to support, that can include moral, emotional, or monetary support. And shared resources situations, having power and control, um, transformation, making a major change or transformation. It could be some difficulty in dealing with a crisis situation, um, restrictions and resiliency, bouncing back from adversity, and also deep research as well. It could be somebody, some people that have displacement, may have, the difficulty, in just trying to research something deep for whatever reason, or seeing things deeply, understanding, say, for example, psychological reasons, behind certain things, and also the intensity of the emotions, the depth of the emotions. There may be some restriction or limitation in connection with that. Now, Saturn is also connected with chronic issues. So, Saturn in Scorpio may manifest in chronic issues of the colon, prostate, bladder, the urinary tract, the reproductive system. Um, some examples, it could be coritis. I don't know if I'm saying this one right. Prostatitis, and as some examples. And there could be, some issue with enlarged prostate. That's another example. Some kind of disease connected with what I just described as far as, chronic illnesses go. The body parts that could be affected, with displacement. Because again, Saturn is chronic illnesses, and Scorpio is connected with the colon, prostate, bladder, urinary tract, and reproductive system. Now, Saturn is also connected with responsibilities. So there may be more than average responsibilities in connection with intimate relationships, sexual partner, shared resources, situations, such as a business partnership, matters pertaining to taxes, insurance, some credit cards, wills, um, even estates. There may be loans and also legacy. And, as far as that goes, I'm going to elaborate on it. As far as responsibility to legacy, to believe this person may feel more responsibility to leave that certain legacy. for others more so than the average person. So now Saturn is also associated with laborious work. So this placement can suggest hard labor, laborious work associated with recycling or working in refuge, trash, um, making a major change or transformation, or making some kind of a major change or transformation may require more of a laborious effort for these people on average compared to most others. Now, also too, making laborious work may involve embalming, could be billing and coding, work that's associated with taxes, with insurance. The person may have more duties associated with that compared to the average person. Um, Doing something with forensics work, working as a coroner or a surgeon, locksmithing, as some examples. Also, too, Saturn is also associated with the career. So, some people that have this placement, the career may be associated, with working as a loan officer. I can say that again. Recycling, working as a coroner, a surgeon, forensics. It could be working in one of those death professions, like a funeral director, embalming, mortician. As some examples, there may be a career in investigation, locksmithing, working as a psychologist. Um, you could be working as a toxicologist as well, as some examples. Now, Saturn is also connected with fears and inhibitions. So people that have Saturn and Scorpio in their natal chart, there may be more of a fear. What could put them more in that state of trepidation compared to the average person can simply be death. There'd be more of a fear of dying, more so than most people. Or maybe even power. It could be whether it's power that's exerted, that's imposed on them, or it could be themselves having some power, some position of power. Maybe there's some fear as to whether he or she could handle that position or not. There could be some fear of crisis situations. He or she may not always have the confidence to be able to deal with some crisis situation. It could be also some fear of going beyond the surface, delving into mysteries. It's like having that fear, of the unknown. There may not be something, maybe there's something with these people, with many of them, don't necessarily want to go through superficial, phony facade subterfuge. People that are, put on a mask of being, say, being all benevolent or what have you, and being able to go deeper. It could be where the person just doesn't want to really see, a dark side of somebody. He or she is suspicious it exists in someone. Now, and also just making a major change or transformation. Um, Making a major change, for these people may be more of a hardship for them than most. He or she may think, want things to just kind of remain as they are, as opposed to moving forward in many instances. It could be, matters connected, with, investigation, digging deep into matters. There may be some fear or inhibition connected with that. Now, Saturn is also about concentration and where we can focus on and not allow extraneous things to interfere with us. So, with Saturn and Scorpio, the person may strongly concentrate. It could be on matters connected with investigation and researching things deeply. It could be something with forensics, making some kind of major change or transformation. Um, it could be, in some cases, even extreme sports. Doing something associated with trash, with refuge, doing some work That could be, there might be much concentration on matters pertaining to insurance, taxes, wills, estates. As some examples, a shared resources situation, such as having a business partnership with somebody. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.